I am back making cigars for you. It is a beautiful day here in Denver, Colorado. It's about 80 degrees, end of June. And so figured I'd sit down and make some sticks, get some stuff going. I wanted to ask you guys if I started selling these blends that I'm making here online, if you'd hop on and buy them. Thinking about, just putting up a website, making a website, and then selling all my blends so you can see me basically make your cigar, which is pretty cool. And then probably sell some swag, or I'm sure the website will continue to develop. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in buying cigars from me off of my website. So this blend I am making today is, let's see, I've got a Nicaraguan long filler leaf over here. This is actually a Dominican Ligero on my left. And my binder leaf today is actually a Pennsylvania binder leaf. It's just really big and pretty, and so it gives me a lot of room to work with. So I immediately went for that. It's a very, very pretty wrapper leaf, that's for sure. I love making cigars. It's definitely become a part of who I am. So grateful that Clay taught me back in, I think like 2016 is when he taught me actually. So it's been a while. And I am still out here doing it. It's definitely taken me a while to perfect the craft, right? I remember my first year, essentially I'm in the entertainment business, so people are constantly watching what I do. And so it took me a while to get used to having someone kind of breathe down my neck the whole time. But eventually you get used to it, and now I enjoy people watching, and so I'm able to talk to them about, kind of what's going on, and I'm just a lot more comfortable now after like 8 years, so obviously. Look at this leaf. From Pennsylvania, East Coast, representing over here. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Their topography out there is very moist and humid, obviously, which is what tobacco needs, is humidity. I get this question a lot, what is the perfect temperature? So anywhere from 68 to about 72 is what you're looking for to keep your cigars. And humidity wise, just depending on the area you're in, how moist or humid it is outside. Here in Denver, oh my gosh, people out here, we really have to make sure we have an eye on our humidors because it is so dry out here. So that always prevents somewhat of a problem. You just have to keep an eye on it. And so I always recommend just over humidifying your stuff. Better than wasting a bunch of money on good cigars, right? Yes, so I'm sitting here in the window. It's a pretty good location. Denver's been good to me. I'm grateful. I would have never learned how to make cigars had I moved out here to Denver, so. My really good girlfriend, actually, from grade school, I used to live next to her back in grade school. She lived out here right after I graduated college, and she was kind of the one that got me out to Denver. I didn't know anybody here. I didn't have any family, nothing. I just always kind of knew that Denver was calling my name, obviously. So she helped me get out here, which is awesome. Her name's Hannah Burner. She's one of my best girlfriends from long, long ago. She lives up in Netherlands now, so she's my little mountain girl. She just had a baby. She looks great too after just literally giving birth to a child, so I can't imagine. You guys don't want to hear me talk about babies. What else about tobacco? Well, see, this binder leaf has a little, it's like a little holy. That's okay, I can still work with it. When I was newer, that would have posed a problem for me just because, you know, I just didn't know how to work with the leaf as much. And now, now that I'm experienced, I can mend and mold the leaf and what I need it to do. Just gotten a lot more like detail, like better in my detail, and it's pretty cool. Clay, the gentleman again that taught me, he is just phenomenal. Just watching him make cigars, well, number one, he's really fast. I'm not as fast as him, but he just, you know, he always tells me it's in the feel. Like, you have to just feel it out. You got to know intuitively almost like how much tobacco goes in the mold to make sure that it's not underpacked or overpacked, right? It's a very delicate balance there. So that took me a while. I think that's something that took me a while to learn, and I think I'm still learning, because with different shaped cigars it's going to be different, right? So like a torpedo will have more filler leaf than a normal like Toro or Robusto, right? So you kind of just have to like learn which molds, and over time, you know, you got to smoke your product and figure out what you're selling. So people always ask me if I smoke. Yes, I smoke. I got to know what I'm selling. So it's important for me to smoke, so I do learn what I can make better, obviously. I do like my cigars a little thicker. Like, I know everybody has a preference, right? And my preference is I just like something like a thicker cigar. I don't want it to be super loose. The guy that I'm dating, he likes a looser cigar than I do. Like, I like a firm stick. And so, you know, we're different like that. So when I go to look for a cigar, like, I'm looking for like firmness. Can I kind of chew on the end of it and it fit nicely in my mouth, I guess? Everybody's different. So, you know, people ask about that, and mostly those are just like preference things, like whatever you like what blends your favorite, and it's like, well, I have a lot of favorites, but also like, what are you looking for? Like, what is your preference? Because not everybody has the same opinion, I guess. So it's what makes the world go around. So again, just like a little bit about the process, I'm going to sit here and make them. That's my friend Alex. Hi. I love this block. I have grown to know and create a lot of wonderful friendships with people around this block, so I'm very grateful to Denver, specifically 22nd and Larimer Street. Okay, about the process. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna blend and bind these today. Obviously, I'm making my mold. I've already made a few here. And so this is my mold. There's 10 in a mold. And I'm going to put them in here. I'm gonna put them in my presser over here to the right. Press it, make sure that the leaf obviously molds to the mold. So I'll leave it in the press for like 2 days, and then leave it in the press, turn them, make sure that they are like looking good, and then put them back in the press for about 2 days, and then put them in the humidor over here for at least a few months to marinate. So again, cigars are like a fine wine, right? The longer aged, the better. So when you're buying expensive cigars, it's because of the leaf, it's aged. So yeah, the longer the better. We try to leave it in the humidor, and then eventually we'll bring it out and put the wrapper leaf on. And so that wrapper leaf can be anything, right? I can hydrate any type of wrapper leaf I'd like to. I'll hydrate some Connecticut shade wrapper, I'll hydrate some Ecuadorian Habano. I really have been working with a lot of like Lajero leaf out of Dominican, which I have been loving. I like a darker smoke. I know a lot of people don't, so we do try to create blends that everybody can smoke. So some people, again, preference. Some people like a darker smoke, some people like a lighter smoke. We try to make it pretty neutral, I guess, medium. Still some flavor, obviously. And again, it's different. So I'm not sure if people are aware of this, but 70% of your filler leaf is what is going to give the strength of the cigar. So 70% of the filler leaf is giving the strength. It's not going to be the wrapper leaf. The wrapper leaf gives 70% flavor. So keep that in mind. You could look at a Connecticut shade wrapper, and sure, it's going to be a little bit more on the mild side, but honestly, it's the filler leaf. Like if that filler leaf is from Honduras or Nicaragua, it's going to be a little bit of a darker cigar. It's not going to be super light. It couldn't be, It just depends on the whole filler, I guess, the entire blend of the cigar. Even binder leaf plays a role in that, right? And so that's why we try to age it, because all of these flavors come together and create, obviously, different profiles, which is very cool. That sounds right. Oh, gosh. Here's another little view on the molds here. You can tell they stick up about like a ½ inch, maybe a little bit less. But again, that's what's gonna be pressed down when we put them in the press, obviously. It's an old school press. I'll show you in a minute. Does job. That's one thing I love about making cigars. It's just all the old tools. It's very old school, and I'm definitely an old soul myself. So I dig all the old tools, and it's very worldly, I guess. So even here, like I'm sitting in the window, right? It's, I'm downtown Denver sitting in the window. It's a little warm outside. It's probably about 80 degrees. And my leaf is already starting to get crunchy on me, which is wild. So that's something that I have to watch for, because I like to work with a leaf that is a little, like, more mendable, I guess. It's just easier for me to make cigars that way. And so, of course, I hydrate them before I want to work with them. I hydrate them, put a little water on it, put it in a bag, let it moisten up for at least 24 hours. And then they're able to be worked with. And so, sitting out here, it's crazy. Like, I can only put so many leaves out at a time, because I don't want them to dry out on the table. So even like during times of the day affect this. Like if I'm making cigars later on during the day, it's not as intense, I guess. It's very interesting. all of the environmental factors that go into crafts like this, and not only this, you know, lots of other stuff too, which is cool. Oh my gosh, that last video I put up of the ASMR one, my very first video. My parents were like, what? Like, we don't understand. The internet is a weird thing nowadays, that's for sure. But yeah, my friend is big into producing and stuff like that, and so he helped me get that up there, and that was the start to all of this, which is pretty cool. Like I said, I'm going to start a website. Hopefully you guys will hop on and start buying your tobacco products from me. As you can see them being made right here, like I am literally making all of your cigars. So it'll be cool. Hopefully I'll be able to like online tell you what blend they are, what day I made it, obviously. And so you can hop on and see, maybe listen to, you know, put on some music. It's infused with the music, or, you know, a little magic, as always. Cigars are definitely a part of my life now. I think I will be making cigars forever. I'm actually also a real estate agent. I got my license back in 2016, and gosh, I love real estate too, to be honest with you. I really enjoy negotiating contracts and helping people, you know, find a place that they want to be in. And honestly, I just love people. So it's fun. I enjoy it. But, you know, now that cigars are here, I'm obviously not going to part with it either. I love cigar making. Again, this binder leaf is just, it's beautiful. Big and pretty, and again, lots of room to work with. The shape I'm making today is Toro, or I can make them into a Robusto if I, you know, want a shorter stick. Opening your channels to make sure everything flows smoothly. Good old Denver. So yeah, obviously I keep taking my binder leaf out of this bag because I wanted to stay hydrated. hopefully one day I can just like get have an entire room that is always at a 70% humidity level, and so I can also work in there. So not only can I store my tobacco in there, but I can actually have a desk in there and work out of there, so I don't even have to worry about, because it can be frustrating sometimes. Sometimes I just want to like put my leaf out and not have to worry about it getting crunchy and drying out. So that would be nice. That is something I'm going to work towards. Having a whole 12 by 12 room that can hold all of my stuff and have a window too. You gotta have a window. Gotta have something to watch while I'm sitting here making sticks. Okay, well, thanks for watching my video, guys. Got a bunch of stuff I'm going to get done today, so hopefully y'all are having a wonderful day out there. It is the day after solstice, so June 22nd is today. Happy solstice, everybody. The days are now going to start getting short here in the northern hemisphere in like a few days. We're at a point where the sun like kind of stays still in the sky for like 2 or 3 days until it starts going, moving further from us. It's very interesting. I love astrology. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday out there. And like, subscribe, all that stuff. Is that what they say? I think so. All right.